you go bankrupt. And there's a penalty for bankruptcy. Your credit sucks. You're very difficult to get a loan. Very, very difficult for people to trust you again. You have to earn that trust back. And even then, it's always going to be a stain on your record.
Absolutely, he needs money. You think he's going broke? Once again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Yeah, he's stupid. He's an idiot. He loves the fame and he loves the money. So ultimately, if you're just that money hungry and that fame hungry, you're gonna just do whatever. You don't care what it is.
Joe Rogan openly criticized Jake Paul, saying the lawsuits and ongoing fixed fight accusations have permanently damaged his boxing credibility. Critics now claim Paul's record looks artificial, built more on hype and hand-picked opponents than real competition. Even if the legal noise fades, the doubt will remain. In boxing, credibility is everything, and once fans question authenticity,
there's a price that you pay that is not.
The controversy around fake fight accusations exploded after the Jake Paul vs. Anthony Joshua bout, as fans began pointing out strange patterns throughout the event. Many questioned how Paul managed to survive longer against Joshua than Francis Ngannou, despite the clear gap in experience and power. What was marketed as a blockbuster clash quickly turned into speculation, fueled by leaked training clips, unusual betting trends, and outspoken commentary.
Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. What have we got here?
As I look at it, for the fans, it put boxing still on the map because it keeps boxing relevant. Having exhibition fights like this, different celebrities and different things like that. I look at it as a fun thing for fans and stuff like that. I don't really take it seriously. Because, we in the business of boxing. That right there is just, exhibition stuff. But I'm hearing they say it's a real fight. But yeah, it's a real fight because both guys are getting in a fight. I'm still the one that be thinking certain things are scripted as well, too. So, but we'll see, I always say may the best man win. And main thing about it, may those guys go in there and have.
Many analysts labeled the matchup absurd, highlighting the massive gap in experience, size, and pedigree between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. A YouTuber turned boxer with a 12-1 record facing a former two-time heavyweight champion raised serious eyebrows. Commentators described the fight as heavily lopsided, with Paul viewed by some as a cash grab opponent rather than a legitimate challenge.
Jake Paul, I call him, against Anthony Joshua. Massive unit, two-time world champ, still got a big punch. I think he's mentally fragile at world level if he goes against the big guns because of the knockout, especially the bar knockout when he got fucking splattered. You know what I mean? In round 5, and he got hurt early on and then he got done. And he's not been in the ring for 13 months.
Yeah.
But can you see a world in which Jake Paul is competitive in this fight?
No. How
do you see the fight going if AJ takes...
Jordan added more fuel to the fire by claiming Anthony Joshua could have knocked out Jake Paul whenever he wanted but chose not to. According to Jordan, the fight needed to last longer to satisfy Netflix's expectations rather than boxing integrity. He suggested a quick finish would have hurt streaming numbers, so drama and tension were required. While Jordan offered no concrete proof, his comments echoed what many fans already believe. That when big
Twitter after the fight, jaw broken, heart and balls intact. That's a good thing. Time to rest, recover, and return to cruiserweight. I mean, he's coming out of it as if, well, yeah, I got battered in the end, but boy,
that's what he will do. I mean, it depends what you think this was. I mean, I never felt it was anything other than entertainment. I'm not surprised that Anthony Joshua could have knocked Jake Paul out anytime he wanted to. He didn't want to.
So why didn't he?
Because, well, when you're on a platform like Netflix that turns one-part episodes into a 6-part series, why would you think that part of their entertainment model is to have a 30-second fight? Why? You watch a Netflix series, you can watch it and you can go, well, I get the gist of it. Why have you got to turn it into 10 episodes? Because I'm dying with boredom after episode.
Are you telling me that Netflix probably emphasised, listen guys, take this as long as you can?
Anthony Joshua didn't step, irrespective, I sat to all these guys, whether it be Spencer or Paul Smith, talking about the fact that Jake Paul couldn't run.
After the fight, Ryan Garcia sparked debate with a blunt reaction on social media. While acknowledging Paul's effort, Garcia made a sharp comparison involving Gervonta Davis, stating that Davis would have done far worse damage. Many experts agreed, arguing this matchup did not reflect elite-level boxing. Even after the final bell, criticism continued.
Play to Jake Paul. He has a lot of guts, and the fact that he wasn't carried out of this fight on a stretcher, certainly I guess you could say is a positive. But what did I think about this? What did I think about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul? Look, it felt like Anthony Joshua carried him. It felt like Jake Paul brought in as much of a negative anti-style as possible, circling away, constantly holding Joshua, constantly falling to the ground. Again, while you're certainly going to give respect for the YouTube star turned fighter for having the guts to put on this type of show and to stand in there for as long as he did until a clean right hand in the corner when Paul was absolutely exhausted, dropped him and ended the fight. This is not elite boxing. And we knew that coming in, but if these fights are going to be sanctioned as official fights, like the Mike
Oscar de la Hoya revisited Jake Paul's fight with Mike Tyson, openly suggesting that the bout was fixed. He claimed Paul paid Tyson to secure a win and pointed to how Tyson appeared restrained and unusually passive. De la Hoya stressed that many analysts noticed Tyson holding back, implying this was not a one-time situation.
This fight was. I do believe it was scripted, and I believe that Tyson was certainly held back. Look, I'm a fighter, and I can see it. It goes on the record, and it was sanctioned. So Jake Paul paid to get the W on his record? Bruh. For what? For your own personal satisfaction? Bruh. I keep telling you, if you want to be a real fighter, like you say you want to be, what are you doing?
Although Mike Tyson denied claims that the fight was scripted, his performance left fans deeply disappointed. For a fighter of Tyson's stature, the lack of aggression and intensity was impossible to ignore. Many questioned whether the bout should even count toward his official.
About how he spoke to one of the Paul brothers and that they had an agreement that no one was supposed to get severely injured and that the fight had to last at least through the 6th round. As I was watching the fight, I'm like, damn, it looked like Mike came out a little hot, and I saw him do this one thing where he kept biting his gloves. I know there was a big age discrepancy here, right? Jake Paul being 27, Mike Tyson being 58, of course. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, is he biting onto his glove to hold back? Because it looked like he had something there. Even some of the jabs Mike threw, I'm like, he stopped his punch. I'm not trying to be conspiracy theorist here, but thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know if Mike completely exerted himself or he just got really tired.
I don't know about it being rigged or not, but I do feel bad for people who really are invested in the sport.
You want to know why I also think it might be a bit rigged? When the fight ended, Jake Paul kept calling out other fighters, and he kept referencing, you guys need me, you guys need me, and I'm realizing he's meaning his money. So if boxers and people in the industry know that, hey, if we go get with Jake...
Critics also pointed to unusual rules during the Jake Paul versus Tyson fight that appeared to favor Paul. One alleged clause reportedly penalized Tyson financially if he knocked Paul out early. This raised serious concerns about whether contractual terms influenced the fight's outcome.
Y'all already know I'm mad about this fight. I really wasn't even going to talk about it because I already felt like it was a setup. But when Trick Daddy Dollars posted this on Instagram, it really just confirmed and solidified everything. So, Trick Daddy Dollars posted this on Instagram, and I'm going to read it to social media. So, it says the rules for the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight are designed to favor Jake Paul. These include: the rules are extremely favorable to Jake Paul. The contract will incentivize Mike Tyson to lose and give Jake Paul an opportunity to choose himself as a winner. The first stipulation in the contract will punish Tyson for knocking out Jake because he is paid on a sliding scale per round. If Tyson knocks Jake out in the first round, he would receive no money. If he knocks him out in the second round, he would only make a small amount of cash. For Tyson to make the most money, he needs to survive all 8 rounds, which means avoiding knocking Jake Paul out. If the fight goes to a split decision, it favors Jake Paul because the judges have to be approved by Jake Paul. I'm gonna let y'all read that. I knew it was a setup. Because you know what? Mike Tyson had a lot of open air opportunity to smash Jake Paul. And and he didn't.
David Haye offered another angle, suggesting Jake Paul may underestimate the danger of facing a truly elite opponent. Haye warned that Paul might be relying on past experiences with allegedly scripted fights. However, Joshua has reportedly rejected any such arrangements, insisting the bout be a real contest. According to Haye, this puts Paul in unfamiliar territory, facing a genuine
this fight with Jake Paul with the same mindset. After seeing him fight on a beat on points, a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, my opinion is no. I think he feels zero fear in this fight. He's in a unique situation where he's going into a boxing ring with someone he doesn't believe deserves to be there. So is he going to be paying the price in training? Is he going to be getting those early nights? Is he going to be pushing himself and sparring to get the very best out of himself, like he did for the Ngannou fight? Unknown. I don't know. I don't think he will. I don't think he'll want to risk having any hard sparring just in case he gets injured. Because if he gets injured, he misses this $75 million payday against someone he doesn't believe will be good enough to be a legitimate sparring partner for him. You know what I mean? So it's a very unusual situation, very, very unusual. And, you know, obviously all the advantages are in Anthony Joshua's favor, except this one, except the mindset factor. Jake Paul has nothing to lose. He's got everything to gain. Him reaching round 3, round 4 is a win, in my opinion, and in many people's opinion. If Anthony Joshua doesn't detonate his right hand or a jab off of Jake Paul in the first 30 seconds, minute, and put him in problems, you know, some people would feel that he's underachieved or he let boxing down. You know, people don't consider Jake Paul a real boxer because he's got such a big profile on social media and he's got that background that he's come from. But